debate is back at the top of some lawmakers' minds in the wake of that deadly shooting and stabbing near the campus of UC Santa Barbara. Congressman Peter King and Senator Richard Blumenthal are again pushing for background checks with a focus on mental health provisions. So here's what King told Robert Costa of the Washington Post, quote, "We've got to look at how we define mental illness, who is denied weapons and who is not, and focus the discussion. We have to have this debate." Senator Blumenthal went to CBS to voice his frustration. Listen.
We need mental health resources, and that initiative, I hope, will provide a common ground, a point of consensus that will bring us together in the Congress and enable the majority. 90% of the American people want background checks to be heard, to be responded to, and to end the madness and insanity.
How do we do that? Joining me now, Democratic Congressman from Michigan, Sandra Levin. Congressman, thanks for being with us. According to the Washington Post, one major federal gun bill has passed Congress in the aftermath of these mass shootings since Columbine. So what will it take for Congress to act and for the gun control debate to be fired up once again?
It's not clear. I hope this will help. We need to probe gun violence in this country. Also, mental health services. I was just reading a report recently that the governor of Michigan is thinking of reducing mental health provisions under the appropriations bill in the state of Michigan. So we have a lot to learn from this tragedy, both in terms of mental health and also in terms of gun violence. For example, was it possible for the law enforcement people to check whether the deceased had purchased guns recently? These were semi-automatic weapons. So we have a lot to learn. I don't think we can just sit idly by and be tied up in knots here in Washington.
No, sitting idly by, it was certainly not working, and hopefully this will put that in motion. The father of one of the victims put blame on lawmakers and the NRA Saturday evening. Listen to this.
Why did Chris die? Chris died because of craven, irresponsible politicians and the NRA. They talk about gun rights. What about Chris's right to live?
Really gut-wrenching, riveting comments. What do you say to that? Could politicians share some of this blame?
I think so. I think we need to listen to the pain of that parent. I think everybody needs to put themselves in the position of having lost a child through gun violence. All of us have to put ourselves in the shoes of that gentleman. And so we need to have a renewed discussion in this Capitol. We just don't have constructive discussions about these issues. And again, it's mental health services. I think we need to really look at their adequacy, but also gun violence, and also whether, in this case, there were some mistakes made that should not have happened.
All right, I want to switch here to unemployment insurance benefits. The Senate passed a short-term extension with some reforms to workforce training programs here last month with the help of some Republicans, but the bill is largely dead. So you're a big supporter of getting these benefits extended. Does 2014 being an election year help or hurt this cause?
No, I think we need to act. We're talking about close to 3 million people, long-term unemployed, looking for work and they can't find it. And we have new evidence that they're older rather than younger. We also have new evidence that people are dropping out of the workforce. Hundreds of thousands. The workforce in this country is being reduced. People are losing their skills. We need to pass unemployment compensation because people are feeling the pain of having no income. Also because it helps the economy when we pass unemployment insurance. But also there's this new evidence that the workforce numbers are being reduced in this country. We are losing talent. So if we can't do it retrospectively, I hope we can do it prospectively. And I hope when we come back, the Senate's out of session this week, I hope next week we'll buckle down, work with the administration, get this done. The Speaker says under certain conditions, maybe these conditions really have been met or can be met. We need to act on behalf of close to 3 million people out of work, long-term unemployed, looking for work. We have to understand this is a national problem.
And we'll see this especially with the heavy opposition from House Republicans. Thank you so much, Congressman Sandra Levin. We appreciate it.